What is going on, everyone? Hopefully, everyone's doing okay in light of our current crisis. Uh, we're sitting at 258,000 total confirmed cases. My state is at 520. New York is at 7,000. 7,000. And the news today is Cuomo has shut down or locked down New York. All non-essential businesses, all non-essential personnel are locked down, and this sent the market tumbling. Which they tried to make a comeback today. It made it not a comeback, but a relief rally, I'd call it. And when that news came out, New York is shutting down. That's pretty huge. So yeah, not good for the stocks. Not good for my 401k. That's for sure. And Trump also announced that he's locking down the northern and the southern border to discourage the spread of this thing. There, more and more states are doing this. My state is starting to close beaches and stuff. I could just see it coming. We're gonna be locked down as well. So as far as I know, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, California, and soon to be us. I'm sure there are other states, but they're definitely preparing for a surge in cases. We know testing has gone up, so the numbers have gone up, but we also know this thing has been circulating without us knowing about it for some time now, because you don't have to be symptomatic. But I just wanted everyone to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. A friend of mine today sent me these pictures from a friend of a friend on Facebook who's in Hong Kong right now, and this is from March 16th, it looks like. And he says and they're coming out of their crisis, so they're trying to return to normal. We're just going into ours. They're starting to see the shelves are stocked up, which is good. People are returning to the gym, working out, and people are congregating again. No social distancing, so there's light at the end of the tunnel, folks. Keep the faith. Keep doing what you're supposed to be doing, even if you don't believe that this thing is real, if it's a hoax or it's overhyped, or the media is doing this. Just do what you're supposed to be doing, and just play it safe. That's just the way I look at it. Play it safe. So I'm hearing from New York people that they're seeing military presence in New York. So if you, the New York peeps, if you guys can chime in and let us know what that's about. Don't tell us what you heard or what your friend said. Just what you think, what you actually see is going on. I'm just curious to know. I think it has to do with the Army Corps of Engineers is supposed to be working with Cuomo to identify temporary locations for temporary ICUs to meet the demand of the patients. Because I know the hospitals are overrun as it is, and they're running out of beds, and they're running out of ventilation equipment and so on. So, and if you're in the nursing and the medical profession, thank you. I also want to send a thank you to all the police working overtime, first responders, also you guys at the Walmart and the convenience stores and the supermarkets. Thank you too, because you're dealing with a very stressed out public. Some people are more crazy than others, and you're forced to work these crazy hours under these extreme conditions, and nobody's happy. And we really appreciate you guys. So how about a round of applause? So this all this information, the lockdown of New York, just sent stocks, tumbling, which is never a good thing. And in order to fix that, Trump's doing a couple of things, some stimulus tax things, and he's going to give some helicopter money to families. But the one thing that is kind of a big deal is, where's the article? Airlines are begging for a bailout, but they've used 96% of their cash flow on buybacks over the past 10 years. It highlights an ongoing controversy over how companies have been spending their money. Not only that, a lot of these companies, they pay their executives in the millions and millions and millions of dollars. Now, I don't have a problem with that per se. If the company's profitable and everything, the company's ethical, everything's on the up and up, and these guys deserve to make, if they're going to make a company better than someone else, then they deserve to make that kind of money and share in the profits of the company. I have no problem with that. But when, if they're doing shady things and they're going to get all this bailout money in the billions of dollars, talking $50 billion, then maybe their executives can forego a little bit. There has to be strings attached, and that got me thinking about I really like the idea now of having a Republican president and a Democratic House. And our forefathers were really wise when they set up the system of checks and balances. And there's so many checks and balances. We've learned that with the impeachment hearing. That it's crazy how much forethought went into this. But the reason why I like the Republican and Democratic House is, the Republicans, they want to push the stimulus through. They want to get people back to work. They want to get the airlines running again. They want to get the economy going again as fast as possible. But the Democrats are like, well, hold on. Let's pull the reins a little bit. We're not just going to give them money. There has to be strings attached. So they're fighting over that now. Hopefully they'll come to some kind of an agreement. Hopefully these airlines will maybe cut us some of this stimulus too, maybe in the form of better airfares, and we'll just have to see how it goes. So I just want to end on a positive note here. So I was thinking about some of the positive things that I'm hoping that will come out of this, and I'll just run through them real quick because I have to run. One thing is policies and committees created to better detect outbreaks and getting ahead of the curve. We've learned with this that getting ahead of the curve means a whole lot when it comes to these outbreaks. So we just didn't have the protocols in place. So hopefully that's all been addressed now. The next time this happens, and it's going to happen again, that we'll be able to do the right things at the right time for the right amount of time, where it's going to get ahead of this, protect the people, and not trash the economy in the process. That'd be great. Another thing is better general public awareness in a crisis. A lot of people were not prepared for this. I thought I was prepared, but you never really know until you're in it. So people need to really take into consideration the things that could happen. And that's me. I have to run. My wife wants to get picked up. You need to know what could happen and be prepared for those things. I see improved hygiene and social etiquette. Now we know the importance of washing your hands, and when we shake hands in business meetings and things, maybe that needs to change. I don't know, but we're not doing that anymore. Improved supply chains. Who would have thought we would have ran out of things as quickly as we did? Even trivial things that we take for granted, like toilet paper, right? So hopefully they'll address that by having a cache of supplies in case things like this happen. It's just critical supplies for each state. And I'm really hoping that it leads to much needed healthcare reform in the U.S. and the world, because it seems like each president runs on healthcare, but then nothing ever really improves. And we can argue over politics and presidents and things and like that, but I think we will all agree that things have not improved, and they haven't gotten cheaper for everyone. It seems it's either cheaper for this people and more expensive for those people, and it's never really fair. I'm seeing expanding telehealth, which is something that was already going on, but it's been expanded with this crisis. That's where you would phone in, or you would have a portal you would go to check in, instead of having to go to the doctor every time you need a prescription or every time you have an ache or a pain. You can do it over the phone, and it's very convenient. More efficient, more focused healthcare. Emphasis on self-reliance or co-self-reliance, because years ago when you couldn't get to a doctor, you just had to take care of yourself, right? Or someone in the family would be like the designated person that would bandage a wound, things like that. And now we have the internet, we have portals, with this combined with the telehealth. I think together they'll come up with some kind of unique system that gives us what we need without us having to spend hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars on healthcare. So that's it. Some of the things that I'm hoping will come out of this. Hopefully everyone's doing good and you're doing everything you need to be doing. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you're doing, how you're feeling, what's going on in your area, so we can all kind of socialize what's happening to get a better handle on it. All right, I'll see you all next time.